Hi, Susanna Ray here, your visibility coach. And this morning, like every Wednesday at 9:30 London time, I come live onto my page to teach you a little bit more about visibility for introvert entrepreneurs, which is my speciality and what I coach with a colourful twist. As you can see, I've got some colours in my background because I do use big elements of colour also in my work. But today I want to talk to you about three crucial things not to do as an introvert entrepreneur. As an introvert myself, I've fallen down all of these holes. So I really want to make sure that you, when you're starting in your business, don't equally fall down these holes. It is so important that we recognize our strengths and also our weaknesses as an introvert. There are many really extrovert gurus and coaches out there giving you advice on how to be, but it doesn't necessarily fall in line with your natural instincts and the way that you want to operate. And your natural instincts and the way you want to operate are fine. And part of being successful is finding your people, your tribe, and working to your best advantages and to your strengths. So without further ado, I'm going to crack on, just seeing, yep, everything's running fine. I'm just going to make sure I've got my notes up here and I can see if any of you are commenting. That, yep, I can check your comments. If I'm looking down here, I'm checking your comments during this. So let's start. What's the number one thing that you must not do as an introvert entrepreneur? What do you think it is? Yep, you probably got it. It's hide away. An introvert's natural instinct is to hide themselves away. And the thing is, if you're running a business, people have to know about it. It's as simple as that. And remember, your business is there to help someone. So if you're not being visible, if you're not getting yourself seen, if you're not reaching the people who you can help, then you don't have a business. So really important not to hide away. But don't get too scared here. It's not necessarily about coming live on video as I am right now, though if you do, you'll get far bigger reach, a bigger audience, your business will grow at a far bigger and faster and deeper rate. There's lots of different ways of being able to get visible though, and it's really important to find the way that works for you. So you might be wonderful at writing and therefore doing blog posts and articles and submitting these to magazines if that is your method. And you can get known as an expert by doing that, but you've got to reach out to the right people. You can't hide away and just hope that people are going to find you. You've got to give them a way to find you. This is very true as well with social media. I know many introvert friends have this love-hate relationship with social media, and yes, there is an alternative. There's an amazing alternative. It's an alternative that has been there since day one in terms of selling and starting and promoting your business. Any ideas? Yep, it's cold calling. Do you like picking up the phone and calling people? Not me. I avoid the phone at all costs. So therefore, for me, social media is just fantastic, because what it means is only those who are interested are watching, are reading, are digesting, are engaging with us. So it's a way of reaching your customers without being forceful. But you must be shown, you must be posting, you must be doing things at a regular basis. So that was number one, do not hide away. Now, number two, this one is super important as well, is to have no plan. It is so important to have a plan for how you're going to gain the income that you have. How are you going to become visible? how are you going to make that happen? How often are you going to be posting if you're using social media? Where will you be posting? All these elements are so important. And the thing is, if you don't have a plan, what happens is people are like, well, I had like loads on one day. And this is something I see really regularly, is people get really enthusiastic about an offer, and then suddenly they're posting loads, or something big's happening in their life, and it's like post, and then the tumbleweed comes. Like there's nothing showing. So you've got to have a plan, and a plan involves consistently showing up. Again, as I say, there's lots of different ways, and in my Golden Visibility program I go through all these different ways and help you build your content and planning. But really, I urge you, make a plan and stick to it. There's really simple ways of doing this, and one takeaway that I'm going to give you right now is get your calendar. Put a time every day that you're going to show up and how you're going to show up, and make sure you adhere to it in the same way as if it was a meeting with a customer, because it is a meeting with a customer. When you are showing up and presenting your work, when you're talking about your services, that is a meeting with your customer. So it is exactly as important as if somebody was physically coming to visit your workspace, your studio, your office, to talk about what you do. And this is why you should put it in your calendar and make sure you're doing it at those points during the week. So yeah, number 2, critical, have no plan. Number 1 was don't hide. Number 1, don't hide. Number 2, have no plan. These are crucial things not to do as an introvert entrepreneur. Though this one applies to everybody. In fact, all of these apply to everyone. So even if you don't feel particularly introverted, if you say, well, sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, I'm a bit of an ambivert, all these tips, they apply to everyone, but they're the 3 crucial things that I see introvert entrepreneurs doing all the time, and then complaining that their business isn't successful, nobody wants what they want, nothing's growing. And it's normally because they're not showing up and they don't have a plan. And then we'll come to number 3. Number 3 is oversubscribe. Do not oversubscribe to multiple programs, coaching at the same time. This is another huge error that I see many introverts do, because as an introvert, we love researching, we love being behind the computer, we love learning, we want to know more. We're perfectionists. We think, unless I know absolutely everything about this, I can't start doing it. So you might be going, oh, I need to get into Facebook ads, and therefore you subscribe to all these Facebook advertising mentors. You get loads of emails coming into your inbox, and then you go, oh, I'll do this course, that's $197, okay, I'll do that course and I'll learn about it. But then in the meantime you see something else that's talking about, oh, how to post on Instagram. Maybe I need to do that as well, because I know I need to be on Instagram. So hey, I'm going to sign up and do that because that offer looks really cool, and yeah, it's self-led and I'll do it. So I'll do that as well. But then I've got this thing about my money mindset. And I really need to work through those issues. So maybe like a money mindset coach would help me. And before you know it, you've subscribed to multiple programs and they're all happening at the same time. And what happens? You don't do any of them, or not to the depth where they can really make an impact. So as an introvert entrepreneur, yes, it's super important to have someone you can connect to as a coach, to have accountability, to help you move forward. I know that's made a huge difference to me in my business in this last year. But what was really critical was to focus on one program at a time. So if you need lots of different things with startup, and you want to have that direction, where you want to start is a simple, small program that isn't going to take too much of your time. So my Golden Visibility course is designed as an online program, and it takes 6 weeks. And this will cover the basics for getting yourself visible, to stop you hiding away, to stop you having no plan, and to make sure that you don't oversubscribe to everything at one go, because it gives you the broad overview of the areas that you need to go in, and is a great kicking off tool for when you're starting out and going, what do I need and in what sequence? And then my advice is that always, so whether I become your coach or you choose someone else, I don't mind. What I do mind is you don't oversubscribe and do lots of things at once. Personally, I want people who come to my course to be focused 100% on doing it, because then I know they'll get the transformation that they deserve, they can have, and they can achieve. But all transformation on any of these courses, they promise the world, but only if you put the work in. If you don't do the work, it's always 90% action, 10% learning. And this is why it's so important not to oversubscribe into lots of programs at the same time. Because as an introvert, what happens? Well, our energy's drained, we get completely overwhelmed by all the information, and then we just feel like we're going around in circles and we can't progress anywhere. So staying focused is great at having accountability and direction and real tangible tips and steps to follow to help you to your goals. But if you're following multiple people at the same time, this will just confuse you, because obviously everybody has their own methods. Everybody might do things in slightly different sequences. The end result might be similar, but you've got to find the sequence, the person you connect to really help you progress in that way. So thank you for listening. And what I would love you to do, if you found this interesting, is come across, I've got a free Facebook group called Visibility for Introvert Entrepreneurs. The button is on my page. I'll put the direct clickable link into this video in the description, so you can click there and come across into Visibility for Introvert Entrepreneurs, and you'll get more tips. Every single week you get free coaching from myself. You get to ask a question. I will give feedback every single Thursday at some point in my day. This is something I offer because I really believe in the value of the information that I can give that will help you progress. And before you work closely with any coach, I urge you connect with them personally. See if you get on. Do they have the type of information that you go, yes, that's what I need? There are so many options these days, which is wonderful. People in places all around the world. So again, pick someone who works in your time zone. For me, living in the UK, signing up with someone in Australia wouldn't make much sense, because when they're live and active in their working day, I'm not. I'm relaxing, I'm chilling out, or I'm sleeping. So really look as well as where the coaches base their work, because again, and hands up here, I've done this in the past. I've signed up for something, not realised where the coach is, and I haven't been able to fully participate, because half the training is in a time when I'm sleeping, so I'm always having to catch up on replay. Replay means you always feel a little behind. So really think about the time zones. Will it work for you? And ask the coach before you join the program, when do you go live? When do you have tutor times? When do you have masterminds and classes? Any coach will respond and give you those answers. So I suggest, if that's the type of program you want to be part of, ask those questions up front. If you don't get a clear answer, then that person isn't for you. They're obviously not wanting to connect. And as an introvert, being connected is really important to help you progress as well. Because yes, you can go round and round and round and round in circles, and you need someone to help pull you out from that. So I'm just going to go back and see, can you remember what were the 3 things I covered today? 3 crucial things not to do as an introvert entrepreneur. Right, number 3, we're going back in order, was oversubscribe. Pick one program to follow if you need to learn a new technique, a new product, a new way of doing things. Do things one at a time. Have no plan. Just don't have no plan at all. It's so critical in business. If you want to be a business, if you want to earn money, planning and structure is important. Even if you're super creative, you still need a structure if you seriously want to make money from what you do. And take it away and hide away. That was the number 1. Please don't hide away. We want to know what you do. You've got amazing talents and services, and I work with highly creative entrepreneurs who have these amazing talents and services to shine in the world. We want to know what you do, but we don't know if you're hiding away. So think about it. How are you showing up? Is it with pictures, images, the photos, quotes, blog posts, articles, videos, podcasts, writing a book? There's lots and lots of ways you can show up, but don't try and do them all at once. That will kill you for sure. Again, it's focus, it's planning, and doing one thing at a time. Now, I really hope that was useful. I'm just going to check and see. I don't think I've got any questions right now in the chat. If you've got any questions about this, please do come back to me. And I've been Susanna Ray, your visibility coach. I specialise in helping introvert entrepreneurs really get their businesses out there and seen in the way that makes it right for you. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.